Hey guys, Ross here from CryptoCrane. Thanks for joining me for part 2 of the AntMiner S9 Setup Guide and Review. In this video, I'll be showing basic pool configuration, exploring the specs shown on the status page, and discussing profitability after doing a 24-hour test. Like all AntMiners, the S9 has a built-in web interface used for configuration and status reporting. To reach the web interface, you must first identify the IP address that was assigned to the S9 by your router. To find the IP, you can either log into your router directly and view the list of connected devices, or you can use one of several free network scanning tools, such as this tool called Advanced IP Scanner. There are dozens of different network scanning apps available, and some are even available from your phone. I've linked to the one that I've used in the description for reference. After the utility has finished scanning your network, it will show you a list of all the devices it found. Look for the one called AntMiner and note the IP address. Next, open your web browser and type the IP address into the address bar. Please note that you can only reach this IP address while you're on the same network as the miner. The default username and password are both root. After logging in, you're taken to the system overview page. The information here isn't actually that useful. Before configuring the pools, let's go to the miner status page and make sure everything's working. Now this page is useful. The most important number on this entire page is the gigahashes per second average. This is how fast your miner is actually mining over time. Interesting. It looks like the S9 is actually hashing at 14.1 terahashes per second. This would explain why we were seeing higher than expected power usage earlier. Now that we're sure that the miner is working properly, let's go configure our pool settings. From the miner configuration tab, we can see that 3 pools have already been configured by Bitmain. Left unmodified, the S9 is mining directly to Bitmain's account. For my primary pool, I've chosen nicehash.com. NiceHash sells my AntMiner's hashing power to the highest bidder and typically earns more per day than mining Bitcoin directly. Let's click Learn More under the Sell option. Yep, this is for an application-specific integrated circuit, which means it's really good at processing just one type of algorithm. The AntMiner S9 is a SHA-256 based ASIC. That means that it can mine any coin based on SHA-256. I'm here in the US, so San Jose looks like the best option for me. Click Generate Stratum to generate the URL needed for your first pool. Okay, now we just need to copy the URL and paste it over in the miner configuration page. Now we need to find the worker name. This is how pools identify who you are. I'm already logged into NiceHash, so I'm going to click on the dashboard link. From the dashboard, I can see my automatically generated Bitcoin mining and deposit address. NiceHash uses this to uniquely identify my miners from anyone else's. Optionally, you can append the worker ID with a period followed by a number to differentiate multiple miners on NiceHash's dashboard. This can be useful for seeing individual stats for each of your miners. NiceHash does not use the password, but it won't work if it's blank. Though not required, it's a good idea to have a second pool to act as a backup. In this case, I've chosen pool.bitcoin.com. After logging in, head over to the dashboard. On the right, it shows us everything we need to know. The username is used for the worker ID, and the password can be anything as long as it's not blank. Then it gives us 3 different options for mining. Use the first Stratum URL if you just want to mine Bitcoin. Use the second Stratum URL if you want to mine Bitcoin Cash. Finally, the third Stratum URL allows you to automatically switch between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash depending on which is the most profitable to mine at the time. Oops, I almost forgot. You can also append a name to the worker ID for this pool as well. Finally, click the Save and Apply button to restart the mining engine using the new configuration. Next, go back to the miner status page to make sure everything's working. Please note, I've seen it take up to 5 minutes to start working again after applying a new configuration. Excellent. I'm seeing almost 14.2 terahashes per second right now. I can also see that both of the pools I configured show in a live status. Here I can see the automatically tuned frequency for each of the hashing boards. I can also see the number of hardware errors on each board since startup. It's pretty normal for a board to have at least a few hardware errors. The hardware error metric would be way more useful if it showed you the number of hardware errors per hour rather than the total cumulative number since startup. Keep a close eye on the chip temperatures. The device will automatically cut off at 80 degrees Celsius. Under the ASIC status section, O's represent good ASIC chips. dashes represent undetected ASIC chips, and X's represent bad ASIC chips. As you can see, all 189 ASIC chips on this S9 are currently operating well. Finally, you can see each fan and how fast it's currently spinning. I'm pretty sure these are going at full blast right now. 24 hours later, we see that the S9 has maintained an average speed of just under 13.9 terahashes per second. It's a pleasant surprise to find that it's been running at nearly 400 gigahashes per second faster than advertised. Yikes, looks like one of these boards has had a lot of hardware errors. It's averaging almost one per minute. None of the chips have been detected as bad, but I should keep an eye on it just to be safe. Alright, let's head back to NiceHash and see how we've done. Not bad. According to NiceHash, I should be earning about 0.0045 Bitcoin per day, which at today's exchange rate is about $14.82. Since NiceHash's payout schedule doesn't line up perfectly with when I started the miner, the unpaid balance shown here doesn't really represent a true 24 hours worth of earnings. It's a little confusing to see that the daily income number shown here at $13.49 doesn't quite line up with the profitability number that showed $14.82 per day. I prefer to be conservative when trying to estimate my profit, so I'm going to go with a smaller number here, which means that based on current rates, I should be able to earn about $400 per month with this device. Keep in mind that the S9 is using about 1400 watts at all times. With the average electricity rate in the US costing 12 cents per kilowatt hour, this will run you about $120 per month. Making things even more confusing, NiceHash shows an interactive history showing that I've earned almost 0.0076 Bitcoin per day, way higher than the earlier estimates. To determine the actual amount of Bitcoin I was able to mine, I redirected the miner to another pool at the 24-hour mark and subtracted any previous unpaid balance I had on NiceHash. Finally, I transferred the balance to my wallet. I ended up with 0.0049 Bitcoin, which equals $16.13 based on today's rates. After subtracting electricity, my true 24-hour earnings came to $12.09, which equals $362.70 per month. That concludes part 2 of the setup guide for the AntMiner S9. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're looking for a trusted American distributor with a 100% feedback rating and who specializes in mining hardware, then check out CryptoCrane on Amazon using the link in the description.